Hello and welcome to Frost Over the World. Later in the programme, is the dollar doomed? Cricketing legend Ian Botham. And is it right to force people to take conventional medicine when they believe that God will heal them? But first, Iran. Last week's talks between Iran and the 6 world powers were hailed as a significant step forward after Iran agreed to an inspection of the nuclear site at Qum and to export its stocks of enriched uranium for processing abroad, probably Russia and/or France. Is this the beginning of a new era of transparency and cooperation between Iran and the West, or is it the so-called rogue state simply trying to avoid further sanctions? To find out, I'm joined now from Vienna by Iran's ambassador to the International Atomic Energy Agency, Ali Asghar Soltanieh. Ambassador, we welcome you very much to the program. Thank you for being with us.
My pleasure.
Looking back on last week's talks, you'd referred to them beforehand as a real new window of opportunity. Were your hopes fulfilled in the talks?
Well, as a first phase, I have to say that yes, I have to say overall, as all different parties concerned expressed their satisfaction and evaluated as constructive, then I cannot add anything to that.
Do you feel the situation, the relationship between Iran and America is different today than it was before those talks? Have things got better?
Well, it is perhaps premature to judge, but I can say that my own personal assessment that it is, the thing is going in, it is in right track, and let's hope that it will continue as we all expect, and international community expect, all parties concerned.
After those talks, we've had the discussions about the materiel that will be going to Moscow. We've got an inspection coming of the new site that was revealed in Iran. What order would you put what we need to do next between the two sides?
One is, of course, the issue of the inspection with the second side. I had a meeting just this week with the Department of Safeguards. We have arranged a program for the inspectors and even the individuals, the date of their flight. Everything is finalized. Therefore, everything is right track. And therefore, that is, in fact, one thing that will prove that all these noises, political noises, and unfortunate hasty reactions such as the one in Pittsburgh, they were not justified, and it was, in fact, counterproductive.
And tell me, Ambassador, you were mentioning there the new second plant near Qum. How long has that been there?
Well, the detailed information will be given when the inspectors come, and of course it will be reflected in the design information questionnaire, and everything is supposed to be in a confidential manner. All the inspectors will be aware and will be informed about the details of the site, every detail of the site. But of course, you will forgive me that, and you will understand that this information should be kept confidential with the Secretariat and with the inspectors, of course. But this is part of, in fact, the questions. The questionnaire DIQ has numerous questions, including the date of the construction, the aim, the project, all the specification of this site, which will be given to the inspectors. And in addition to that form and questionnaire, they will be granted access to visit this site.
A number of people said, as you will have heard, Ambassador, is, you know, if this new plant was so innocent, so normal, so innocent, why was it kept a secret?
The matter is very simple. There is an unfortunate reality of taboo broken in 80s by Israeli regime attacking Iraqi reactor, but we have noticed that there have been continuous threat by Bush administration and also the Israeli regime to attack our nuclear installations, particularly our enrichment. Therefore, we had to be very cautious and careful to protect and to have a contingency plan that in case that the Natanz will be attacked, we will be able to have the possibility to have sustained activities.
Last week at the UN, President Barack Obama, set out his desires for a nuclear-free world, for nuclear disarmament leading to a nuclear-free world and so on. Do you think that's possible? And do you think it's desirable? A good idea?
Well, of course, nobody questioned the idea of the world without nuclear weapon. This has been also the slogan of many peace-loving countries, including mine, for the last 3 decades. In any occasion, myself, since 80s that I've been in the IAEA, almost all NPT conferences, we have called for world without nuclear weapon. Now they are highlighting as if this is a first one and first country which is talking about this. But anyway, the important thing is how and what kind of steps to be taken in realization of such a slogan. That is important. Of course, a country having in fact, all nuclear weapons more than anybody else, and having a country with the unfortunate background of being the only country using nuclear weapon in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, has more responsibility than the others.
Do you think that that in fact Israel are right if they're afraid of Iran, afraid of Iran's intentions and so on? Is that a sensible thing for them to do, or is it wrong for them to fear the intentions of Iran?
I refer you to the statement by my supreme leader that Iranophobia is a new phenomena that some Western countries are trying to let the other countries to be afraid of Iran or afraid other peoples. Iran has never had aggression in any other countries for the last 200 years. And for the last 30 years after the Islamic Revolution triumph, we have always taken steps towards promotion of our cooperation with the countries all over the world.
And today, Ambassador, of course, we've heard the news that this year's Nobel Peace Prize goes to President Obama. Would you like to think, would you hope that perhaps next year it could go to President Ahmadinejad?
Well, of course, our officials will deserve, because they have proved in action, as I mentioned, that we have never wanted anything but the peace and prosperity. This news today gives one clear in fact, message. It means additional responsibility on the shoulder of President Obama, that he should have, with this new incentive, to make sure that spare no effort for realization of the expectation of international community to translate the slogans of fundamental changes in the American foreign policy into action. The Iranian nation also, in fact, deserve peace process, the peace prices, because they have been always trying to take steps towards establishment of the peace. We have been, during the centuries, a nation of the peace, dialogue and talks.
Mr. Ambassador, yeah, people will be very interested to hear that thought. I don't know whether they'll agree with it or not, but we do thank you for all the things you've been saying to us. We thank you for joining us, and I hope that the next interview we do can be face-to-face. Thank you so much.
That was my pleasure, and I wish you all the best, and looking forward to see you in Vienna.
Thank you. A trip to Vienna, something to always look forward to. In a moment, are the days of the mighty dollar over? Find out after this short break.